O'clock. Tony, whenever you're ready. There we go. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to the March 12th, 2018 meeting of the Litchfield Board of Selectmen. The board is coming out of a paperwork review. I will call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock p.m. and ask that everyone stand for a pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, the first item is review and approval of consent items. In the consent folder is the February 26th meeting minutes, accounts payable manifest for March 6th of $54,312.44, and March 13th of $42,092.92. And another one for March 13th, $5,414.62. We have the payroll manifest March 8th of $52,363.52, and March 15th of $50,439.18. We have February reconciliations for both the town clerk and the tax collector. We have an abatement approval, we have 2 denials, and we have a veteran's credit. Are there any items any members of the board wish to have removed from the consent agenda? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent folder.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Mr. Perry, seconded by Mr. Brunel. Discussion? Questions? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 5-0-0. Are there any other items that members would like to have added to the agenda for this evening? Okay, hearing none, we'll just state that public input will occur no later than 6:10. I'm sorry, no earlier than 6:10 tonight. Okay, on to the regular business. First item is would like to interview Kate Stevens as for a planning board alternate. Are you Kate?
Yes.
Well, welcome. Come on up and
I figure I need to sit for the mic.
thank you for expressing interest.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd just like to again welcome you and ask you what if you have any pertinent background and why you have an interest in serving as a planning board alternate.
Well, I started gaining an interest because I'm good friends with Matt Shoemaker, who was on the planning board for a while. He's resigned recently, but got a little bit of information from him. We have my husband and I have a couple young kids in town. Just starting into the elementary school. My oldest son is in preschool right now, so starting to really put our roots down. So kind of want to get into it and get a little more involved in the community. As far as background goes, I don't have any town government background or anything, but I'm an engineer, and we went through the last planning board meeting. They were going over an application. They had a lot of prints on there. I could read those no problem, so hopefully the learning curve could at least be a little easier on that side. It's more the regulation side that I'd be learning as I go, basically. But yeah, I was mostly just wanting to get more involved and have a better understanding of the town.
Great, thank you. Members, questions for Ms. Stevens?
All I'm going to say is I've been on the planning board for a long time.
Okay.
Don't get discouraged if a year in that you still don't know it in and out.
Sure.
Because there's new stuff coming up a lot. Lean on Jen a lot.
Okay.
Jen is an excellent planner.
Mm-hmm.
The planning board is a much different board than it was 7 years ago before she was there. And thank you for stepping up.
Sure. I've seen the checklists and things that I think she's brought those in. And as far as process-wise go, that always makes things a lot easier, so you're not trying to remember everything that needs to happen. So that was like kind of refreshing, I guess, to see something that, because things like how you're calling the meeting to order, and all the different government steps that we need to take. You definitely need those memory aids. So I can see how that helps you.
Gets a little old after a while.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
Not
yes.
difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
Muscle memory at that point.
Okay,
Being that you have a young family, do you have any concerns with time? Because times always seems how, a lot of members fall off because time consumption has a problem, so.
I did put in as just an alternate, because childcare is always the thing, whether or not somebody would be able to babysit. My husband isn't always home every Tuesday evening, so that was why I didn't put in as like a full member, because I wasn't sure that I could commit completely just yet. But I thought I'd see I'll get to as many as I can, and if it ends up that I'm making it to most of them, then maybe I could sign on as a full member if there's room at that point. But yeah, that was why I put it as an alternate, because of that concern.
Well, we appreciate you stepping forward anyway. We need all the help. We need all the help we can get.
yes, for sure.
It's very tough to fill positions at times.
Any other questions? for
One
them?
thing I gotta say is, just to touch base, as far as what John just said, it's nice seeing the new faces come forward, and, seeing people step up, so I just wanna say thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thanks for stepping up. I mean, it's, like we said, it's always good to get new people up there, helping out.
Unless that Kurt.
Do you have any questions of us?
Not at this point. I'm sure I will at every meeting, but not right now.
Great. Again, thank you, and I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve Kate Stevens as a planning board member,
Alternate.
alternate member, for the term expiring 2021.
Moved by Mr. Perry,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Bork. Discussion. Questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 500. Kate, welcome. Again,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah,
And we
thank
look
you.
forward to
She needs to
working
be-
with you.
She needs to be sworn in too.
Um,
Is that? Oh, I guess that is a question. Would that be tonight or?
um,
another
you,
day?
Probably.
once the paperwork here is signed, I don't know that the town clerk will still be available,
Okay.
but, because they're gonna be down setting up for tomorrow's voting. But you need to come back in or at some point, see the town clerk to be sworn in.
Oh, it's just the town clerk that would.
Right.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, I
Okay.
can come in, as soon as they're maybe after voting, so we're not adding to their plate. But this week I'll do that. Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you
Welcome.
very much.
Okay. Dennis Page, planning board member. Is Dennis here? No?
No, so the rest of the members here are not being interviewed. They are currently existing members.
Okay, so they're reappointments?
Reappointments.
Okay.
When did Dennis Page become a member?
Dennis Page, I believe he's an alternate member now.
I have never seen him.
No?
So that means he didn't come in here.
I was led to believe he's an alternate member. So I was assuming that he went through the interview process to become an alternate member.
Do you?
You're good, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good, Kate, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Should we hold off on Mr. Page until we find out exactly status?
Let's see here, under the
letter
appointments, let's
says
see what
that-
the letter says.
The letter says that he's gonna become a full-time member, replacing David Samuel.
Okay, well, all right, maybe
I
it's
never
my
saw a resignation from David Samuel either.
Okay, well, I can arrange for him to come in for an interview then.
Okay, why don't we defer that, okay? The 3 ZBA members, they're all reappointments, correct?
Those are reappointments.
Okay, do you want to do them individually or take one motion for the 3, gentlemen?
They all expire at the same time, so
Right.
with
Yeah,
that,
take one for three.
I'm gonna
Okay.
make a motion that we appoint Laura Gandia as a full ZBA member with a term expiring in 2021, Thomas Cooney, an alternate ZBA member, term expiring 2021, and Gregory Lapine, an alternate member, term expiring 2021.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Perry, seconded by Mr. Brunel. Discussion? Questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstained? Motion carries 5-0-0. Okay, Town Administrator Contract Ratification. I believe you've all had the opportunity to see it. I'll entertain a motion.
Do you remember which one it was in? I think it's in the first one.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's in there. Yep.
I think there's 2 copies, yeah.
In the, in the portal, you'll see, if you're looking for the highlights of, changes.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, so in the portal, you'll see it highlighted in yellow.
Oh, my bad. All right. I make a motion that we approve the contract ratification for Mr. Troy Brown, effective March 12th. He will receive a gross salary of $1802.40 a week, which equates to $93,730. And it's a 3-year contract that expires on July, actually, it should be June, shouldn't it?
June 30th.
June
Expires on
30th.
June 30, yeah.
June 30th of 2020.
Motion by Mr. Perry,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Brunel. Discussion? Questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 5-0-0. Okay, I will open the floor at this point. It is 6:12. I'll open the floor for public comment. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak? Yes, ma'am. Could you come up and identify
Yes.
yourself, please?
Of course. Name's Marsha Finnegan. I'm sure you've all read my little post. Marsha Finnegan. I live on Talent 147. I'm here to. It has to do with the fire station and the firemen that were running a gauntlet line this Saturday at the dump. Or, no, I shouldn't say dump. I'd like to know what differentiates the firemen being able to go into the fenced-in area as opposed to a selectman, any other politician that's running, has to stay outside of the fenced-in area. They're both soliciting votes. My notes here. They weren't there for a fundraiser. They were there for a purpose. The politicians that are there for votes are there for a purpose. And I guess I want to know why they can get inside the fence as opposed to anyone else that's running for an office. I'd like an answer.
Sure, but I'm going to first, when it was brought to the attention of myself, was the situation rectified?
Yes.
I guess it was. I didn't
Yes, it
stay
was.
around. I didn't stay
Okay,
around.
it was a
But
misunderstanding.
Mhm.
The situation was rectified immediately. There was no malfeasance. There was nothing nefarious done. They were.
But why was it done in the first place?
Ma'am, I don't know that. When it
But
was,
I had heard that you had okayed it.
I don't okay stuff like that.
Who does? Who okayed the
Okay.
firemen in there?
I don't. How would I have okayed that?
The transfer station is
Right.
under jurisdiction of
Right.
Dave Mellon. He's the
Right.
operations manager down there,
Right?
and facilities manager, whatever you want to call him. And once it was brought to his attention that there was a complaint issued, he
Right.
asked them to go outside the gate, and they did.
Right.
The fire chief brought him up. Okay?
When
Once
I-
it was brought to my attention, because I didn't know, I was on the road, so the only
I'm
number
still
I
waiting
had.
for a phone call from you too.
Well, that's fine, but I can't dial when I'm on the road. I had the fire chief's number on
Yes.
speed dial, okay? I took care of it. The situation was taken
Mm-hmm.
care of, so I don't know what the
I don't know why you're attacking me in your tone when I'm asking a simple question. Why should these people be allowed in the first place?
I don't know that.
Would it be an idea to maybe find out why?
Why, it was rectified.
Right.
Okay,
It was a
so,
let me
It was
finish.
a mistake.
Let me finish. It was
Yeah.
the department head's decision to let them come in. They are they are town employees, soliciting
Right.
for on behalf of the town. They're
Mhm.
not a politician, so they thought it was different. When it was brought up to their attention, they were put outside the fence.
okay,
So it was rectified. It's
it
a
was
non-issue at this
rectified,
point.
now will it happen again?
Probably not.
I hope not.
But the
You know,
same,
I don't
but the
care-
same,
I
but
don't
Marcia,
care
the same,
what-
the same thing's gonna happen now with the Tootsie Roll Fund that sits at the
Sure.
gate, the Girl Scout cookies that are inside the gate.
Right,
Though there are some decisions that are made that it's safety for those people in the building, out of the way, not causing any interruption in the service.
right.
I don't know where the firefighters were. You say a gauntlet, I only saw 2 firefighters there anytime I was there, but I don't know how many guys were there. When Dave allows them to go behind the gate, it's typically because they're gonna be in a corner, out of the way, not causing any interruption in the flow of
Okay,
work.
well, they were all along the whole line.
Again, I wasn't there,
And
so.
also, they were in the upper area in the building itself.
Usually they'll
Uh,
put people in the recycling center, cause it gets them out of traffic flow, if they're in there.
Right,
But what you're now doing for us, you're bringing up as an issue, is it because it's an election season, this is an issue, or is it in general a problem?
it's in general.
Because I think in the
It-
past,
It's the law, that's what I'm worried
Well,
about.
that's-
Anyone,
the law you're quoting is related to the election.
Right. It has nothing to do with the
We,
transfer
we
station.
typically have people inside the transfer station, inside the fence area when it's appropriate. We've had Girl Scouts in the recycling center.
Right.
We've
Yeah,
had Boy
I
Scouts in
realize
there.
that.
But what you're now indicating is that's not inappropriate neither. Or is it really focused on the election?
they're not running for an office, they're not running for a, $3.5 million building.
Firefighters are not running for it. They're just they're just
They're-
providing
It's
information.
still, they're looking for my vote, and they're an inconvenience for me to dump my trash, knowing that there's 6 firemen all around me, and
Did
if
they stop you?
they wanted to know if I wanted a brochure the other day, not Saturday.
So they only asked you a question.
Right. But my problem is, it's the law.
It's
That
not
they-
the law.
All
It has
right,
nothing
then,
to do with the
let Mr.
transfer
Weber
station.
in.
It has
Yes, he's
nothing to
running.
do with the transfer station. It is a policy of the town. It has nothing to do with, the law governs the polling place,
Right.
Okay.
nowhere else. And when we discovered that this was happening and there was a complaint, we handled it immediately.
I wish you had called me to say that. I'm still
Yeah, I
waiting.
was in Maine, okay?
Were you
I'm
there
not, look,
today?
I'm not gonna defend, the
I-
situation was taken care of.
I never got a phone call, and I was very polite when Mr. Kurt. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. but-
Remember the beer, Schaefer?
Okay, yeah, I remember that, too long ago. I would have appreciated a phone call saying that it was all set.
Mr. Schaefer was going to take care of that for me, because I had his number right on.
And, just so you know, and I mean, I'm not arguing with you at all, but 12:52, you made it aware. By 1 o'clock, those guys were outside the fence with
Okay.
us, so we
All right.
did, like, take care of it right
All
away
right,
for you.
it's a shame that you needed a complaint for that, for something like that, because Mr. Weber could have been back there then asking for the people's vote also. Could have, but not allowed.
Yes.
So I hope it doesn't happen again. I don't care one way or another how the fire station goes. My concern is the law.
It's
And
not the law, ma'am.
if anyone can make up their own rules, then we've got a problem in this country, in this town. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay,
I would
is there
just
anyone
like,
else?
I want to say one more thing. I don't like to be attacked when I'm bringing up a point from anyone.
I don't know that you were attacked,
Yeah, that's all right.
and we're all on film, we're on live TV, so.
I hope a lot of people heard it.
Okay, is there anyone else who would like to speak? Okay, I will close public comment, and we'll go on to the administrator report. Mr. Brown?
Okay. I just have two items this evening. I wanted to let you know, if you're not aware, the town report is completed. It's available here at the town office to pick up if you want a hard copy, or, you can go on our website and get an electronic copy. So, also, we received word that the payroll clerk will be coming back to work next Monday. So that's a real good news that she'll be back to work this coming Monday. So.
Great. Okay, selectmen reports. Mr. Burnett?
I don't have any.
Mr. Perry?
I don't have any.
All right. Mr. Schaefer?
We didn't have a meeting last time.
Okay. Mr. Bork?
Oh,
Okay. I have a couple of things, but the first item I'd like to accomplish, is to recognize our fellow selectman who is retiring.
He says that, but I'm not sure.
Maybe again. And
I just do it so I can see how many of these things I can.
on behalf of the residents and the Board of Selectmen and the town employees, I'd like to recognize you for your many years of dedicated service to the citizens of Litchfield, and like to present you with this memento on this date. And we thank you very much for your.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Again, I ran for selectman the first time and lost. I ran for selectman the second time, and I served a 3-year term. And then I graciously stepped down because of family and work issues, and then Pat Jewett decided to take over for me while she ran again, and she took over for me, and it was when Pat could no longer do that she had to step down, that I thought it was only right to have someone that I felt was experienced enough to step in and fill in for Pat. I did that with honor for that year, getting reelected, and then I ran again for another 3-year term. So I've now done this for 7 years. I do think it's time for change. I think change is good. I would never commit to saying I wouldn't do this again. Maybe when time is a little better, but I have taken on a new role at work, and as everyone here knows, they've had to pick up a little more slack for me, and I just don't think it's fair to the rest of the members of the board to have to continue to do that by feeling my selfish need to continue to feel like I'm helping out. The day I feel as though I could do it again, I probably will, but at this time, it's at least a couple of years away, and it'll be good to step away and let some new people in and try something new. Best part is, we have 2 new candidates. There'll be a fresh face for the town, whichever one gets voted in. I think it's good. It's good to see new people. It's good to have new things happen, and I think the board's in a great place. I really do. And Troy's here for 3 more years. We were able to sucker him into a new deal.
I don't think it was a sucker. It was fine.
So with that said, thank you, and I'm not going too far anyway.
Well, thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Appreciate all you did. A couple other items. Just want to make a clarification for those in the Hudson Litchfield News. The Board of Selectmen does not endorse any candidate. Okay, and I just need to put that forward. I was asked, and it was just an unfortunate situation where people thought that there was an endorsement there, and we do not endorse candidates. Second thing is, tomorrow is Election Day, voting, March 13th. And the problem is, again, like we had last year, we're due to have a major storm. And the Board of Selectmen, the town clerk, the town administrator, and the moderator are all extremely concerned the fact that the conditions that may be prevalent are going to preclude some people from voting. And this, I will say from firsthand experience, the Secretary of State, in his infinite wisdom, has decided that that doesn't mean anything, and is determined that and it was a quote that there are no snow days for voting. Well, for years, the moderators of each town had the authority to postpone voting, but there's been a determination after last year's fiasco that some people feel that that is not the case. I attended a Senate hearing on Thursday and was not necessarily happy because the Senate voted to pass a new law that governs the town meeting, that places the final say on whoever, on if we could cancel or not cancel with the Secretary of State. It's not necessarily a manageable situation because every Senate Bill 2 town, if they have an issue, we don't know how they're going to call the Secretary of State's office at 4 in the morning. And there's a provision in there that says, well, if he doesn't answer you within 4 hours, you can do what you want. Well, that is unmanageable also, and I need to say I was very unhappy with our senator because our senator voted not in the best interest of Litchfield. And she knows I'm not necessarily happy. The bill goes to the House. There are some amendments that the Municipal Association is going to attempt to put their amendment on there, which was introduced by Senator Clark in Portsmouth, which codified and clarified all that and left the decision to cancel with the moderators, but that didn't fly. So we will keep you posted, but we're trying to handle it. So voting will be tomorrow. We will be there. The unfortunate part is that staff and employees have to be there no matter how bad the weather is, and we don't know how people are going to get there to vote, but we hope that people are able to do that. And we appreciate any efforts that anybody has to get out and vote. And I'm sure the candidates do, and so we'll see what happens. If it's going to be as bad as they say, it's going to be a challenge for us, but we'll do the best we can. It's always worked out thanks to the staff and the employees, and I think it'll continue to work out. So again, and Stephen, again, thank you. And Troy and I attended a meeting last Friday, a week ago Friday, up at the Department of Environmental Services. We met with the commissioner, and we were briefed on, we thought we would get a lot more information on the final consent agreement that is going to be reached between St. Gobain and the DES, but we didn't. We got no more information when we came out than when we went in. And at least we got to meet the new commissioner, and we'll keep you posted on anything we can get on it. So. Okay, other than that, there are no items removed from consent. Is there any other business to come before the body? Next meeting of the Board of Selectmen is Monday, March 26th, 2018 at 6 p.m. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Perry,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Brunel. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 5-0-0. Thank you all.